Gundam Barbatos, the most brutal Gundam ever built. That's the topic for today. This isn't a hero story. When people think of Gundam, they think of beams, they think of space battles, they think of flashy mobile suits cutting through armies. Gundam Barbatos. Barbatos doesn't shine, it crushes. And what makes Barbatos different is that it was never built to save the world. It was built to survive it. What is Gundam Barbatos? Gundam Barbatos comes from Mobile Suit Gundam Iron-Blooded Orphans. And unlike classic Gundam series, the main focus is political ideology and large-scale war philosophy. The story is smaller, more personal, more violent. Barbatos isn't a military prototype for a superpower. It's a relic, a machine from a forgotten war. The Calamity War, buried, damaged, incomplete. And when we first see it, it looks ancient because it is. Now, this is where things change. Most Gundam pilots grow into their machine. Mikazuki August doesn't. He actually syncs with it through the Alea Viñata system, a spinal implant that connects his nervous system directly to the mobile suit. Mika doesn't control Barbatos. He becomes one with it, and that's disturbing. There is no flashy emotional speeches. No, I fight for justice moments. When Mika enters Barbatos, it's quiet, cold, efficient. Barbatos doesn't move like a hero. It moves like a predator. Why Barbatos feels different than other Gundams? Let's be honest. Traditional Gundams are sleek, symmetrical, elegant. Barbatos, in the other hand, it's skeletal, exposed pistons, harsh lines, brutal frame design. It doesn't rely on beam spam. It uses maces, wrenches, raw physical force. That's important because Iron-Blooded Orphans isn't about flashy war. It's about child soldiers surviving a system that never cared about them. Barbatos reflects that. It's not polished, it's weaponized desperation. Barbatos has different evolutions, and that's something people overlook, not because of updates for glory, but because it's constantly being repaired, rebuilt, and modified out of necessity. Form 1, basic and incomplete. Form 2, more stability. Form 6, fully optimized for close combat brutality. Barbatos Lupus, sharper, faster, more animalistic. Lupus Rex, almost feral. Notice something? The more Mika loses himself, the more Barbatos looks less human. That's not accidental. It's storytelling through design. By the time we reach Lupus Rex, Barbatos doesn't look like a knight anymore. It looks like a beast standing on 2 legs. Here's the part that makes Iron-Blooded Orphans hit harder than other Gundam anime. Power has consequences. Every time Mika pushes Barbatos beyond its limits, his body pays the price. He loses mobility. He loses sensation. He sacrifices his future. That's not hype. That's tragic. Barbatos isn't empowering him. It's consuming him. And the show never glamorizes that. A lot of Gundam series talk about war. Philosophically, Iron-Blooded Orphans shows this point. Physically, Barbatos dents, breaks, loses armor, gets scarred. It doesn't reset every episode. Damage carries forward, and that realism matters because Barbatos represents decadence, struggle. They are not elite soldiers. They are kids trying to carve out a place in a brutal political machine. Barbatos isn't a single piece. It's a tool for survival. Without spoiling anything, the final arcs show what Barbatos truly is. Not a hero's machine, not a savior, but a last stand. When Barbatos fights at its limit, it feels desperate, it feels heavy, it feels inedible, and that's why it stays with you. I ask myself why Gundam Barbatos still stands out today in a franchise filled with iconic mobile suits, RX-78, Freedom, Unicorn, you name it. Barbatos stands out because it feels grounded. It doesn't represent ideals. It represents survival. And in today's anime landscape, where everything escalates into bigger beams and louder finales, Barbatos reminds you that raw impact still matters. Metal against metal, weight against weight, consequences against ambition. Gundam Barbatos isn't the strongest Gundam out there. It's not the most advanced, but it might be the most honest. Because sometimes survival isn't clean, and sometimes the most dangerous machine in the room is the one with nothing left to lose. Thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know what you guys think. Share it, and until the next one.